Governor Bello Matawalle says not all Fulanis are criminals. Nigerian Governors Forum agreed to cede portions of excess crude fund for military wear. Jigawa lawmakers approved death penalty for kidnappers and rapists. On business, federal government says Nigerian economy is out from recession. On the international scene, federal government opens discussion on memorandum of understanding on military with United Arab Emirates. On sports, Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta names 8 superstars who will be sold at the end of this season. Welcome to SVTV News. I am Musa Joy Unyoza. Governor Bello Matawalle was recently at the presidential villa to brief the president on the security situation in the state. The governor also granted a short interview with the press crew at the villa. In that interview, he tried to make clear his known and popular view that not all Fulanis are criminals. He went on to explain the injustices meted on them, such as rustling their cattle, as reasons that push them to criminality.
To go and destroy their properties and their animals, so they are angry with such actions sometimes. So sometimes if you are talking to them, you can understand where they are coming from and you can understand their problems. So it is important we as leaders to sit down with those people to understand what is the genesis first. You can't just, jump and conclude that the person is criminal. You have to listen to him. What makes him to go into that activities? So this is what we do. So they are not all of them. It's not all Fulani are criminals. Some are good citizens, but due to some circumstances, they subscribe to such a criminality.
About 300 well-trained and equipped Puff Adder operatives, headed by Assistant Commissioner of Police ACP Musa Abdullahi, were deployed to Zamfara State by the Inspector General of Police Mohammed Adamu, retired.
The commanding officer of Operation Puff Adder 2. As the Commissioner of Police has launched the Operation Puff Adder 2 today, it means we have started work from now until we were given directive to stand down. We are here for the people of Zamfara State and will work for them and with them and make sure that we do all necessary things possible to see that the common man live in peace without molestation or disturbing. We shall abide by all the rules and regulations governing engagement. We shall be civil and humane to the members of the public, but we will be very harsh to any criminal who think he can be around the state.
The operatives have since arrived at the state with combat readiness and motivated agility to complement the existing security arrangement targeted at reclaiming and stabilizing the areas earlier dominated by the reconcentrant bandits and other criminal elements in the state.
The launching of this Operation Puff Adder 2 in the state was called to its national launching by the Inspector General of Police Muhammad Adamu, MPM, MNI, on Monday, 15 February 2021. The Zamfara State Police Command has to follow suit. It is a well-known fact that the Operation Puff Adder 2, which was graded to be a higher performance lead, the federal government launched the second phase, which we are today witnessing.
The State Commissioner of Police, Abu Yaro, officially launched the operation in Zamfara State on Thursday at mobile squadrons along Bypass Road, Gusau. Come on!
In line with the IG's policy directives of Operation Paul Father 2, I want to assure the good people of Zamfara State that this operation is going to be intelligence-led and community-driven, and it will be executed in sustained collaboration with other sister agencies, so that recalcitrant bandits who refused or neglected to embrace the ongoing peace process can be successfully dislodged from their abodes, and we equally deny them opportunity to regroup or move about freely in the state.
The head of operation of the Federal Road Safety Commission, Zamfara State Command, Alhaji Kabiru Yusuf Nadabo, has paid a courtesy call to the Standard Voice Television, Gusau. The head of operations said the aim of the visit was to establish a working relationship with the Federal Road Safety Commission and the television station to effectively educate motor vehicle users and the general public on traffic regulation.
We are here on the order of the sector commander, Co-Commander Idris Alipika, to come and pay a solidarity visit to this television house and show our appreciation and synergize with this unique television in this town, so that the vision and goals of road safety will be propagated. So on behalf of the sector commander, I want to congratulate my brother, my friend, a professional journalist who decided to come back to his hometown and establish this gigantic project. Dosara, I want to assure you that road safety in these states will synergize with you, collaborate with you, and make sure that we partner with you to make Zamfara State's crash has reduced to the barest minimum through programs that you might decide to offer us on weekly basis or on monthly basis. The sector commander is very happy to hear that Standard Voice has gone beyond what we even imagined.
Governors of the 36 states of the Federation, on the platform of the Nigerian Governors Forum, have agreed to dedicate portions of the excess crude account, the Natural Resource Development Fund, and the Economic Stabilization Fund to provide the necessary equipment for the military and other security institutions to address immediately the impunity associated with all of the crimes and criminality plaguing the country. The decision was contained in the communique read at the end of the NGF's first physical meeting since the coronavirus pandemic hit the country since last year February, held at the banquet hall of the State House Conference Center. The chairman of NGF and governor of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, who read the communique at the end of the 3-hour meeting, said the meeting also revealed the challenges of resourcing for the military institutions. The forum welcomed the appointment of new service chiefs and is supportive of the work they promised to do, and hoped a new security architecture will emerge from this new leadership. The House of Representatives Committee on Public Accounts said it has summoned all the subsidiaries under the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation over financial queries raised by the Office of the Auditor General of the Federation. This was disclosed by Rep. Wole Oke, PDP Osun chairman of the committee at an investigative hearing on Thursday, Abuja. He said the parliament is a parliament of rules, and the Constitution of Nigeria has given it a window to conduct its activities in a manner that is suitable for the members. He said when the House asked the subsidiaries to cause appearance, it was pursuant to Section 88 and 89 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Rep. Oke further said the Parliament wanted to hear from agencies to extract evidence from them because there were officers that were chief executives of those subsidiaries. Earlier, the Chief Financial Officer of NNPC, Mr. Omar Ajia, said he was in a position to speak for the agency since they reported to the NNPC. The immediate past service chiefs have on Wednesday appeared before the Senate for screening as ambassadors. The former service chiefs who briefed the Senate on their respective experiences while serving the nation as service chiefs also spoke on the difficulties they went through in their effort to curb insurgency in the country.
It is a multifaceted approach. Everyone has to come on board for us to be able to address the security. There were political, social, economic factors that need to be addressed from the beginning. Appropriate actions were taken to ensure that we return back to what was the desired objective of the armed forces.
I think we have repositioned the service sufficiently enough, and with what we are expecting to come in, we should be able to address most of these problems we are facing.
Intelligence is such that you do not even see it. You only feel it. And that is one unique thing about intelligence.
The ambassadorial nominees also spoke of what should be done to end insurgency in Nigeria. The Katsina State Police Command says it recovered 4 machine guns and 34 AK-47 rifles between January 2021 to 18th February this year. The police public relations officer SP Gambo Issa disclosed this in a video broadcast sent to newsmen. Our Katsina State correspondent Suraju Danlami Malumfashi sent in this video clip for SVTV News.
As you can see, this quantum of arms and ammunition were recovered by the Katsina State Police Command under the leadership of Commissioner of Police Sanusi Buba PSC. A tremendous achievement from 1st January to today, 17th February 2021, in less than 45 days, the command was able to recover this quantum of arms and ammunition, as you can see. 4 general purpose machine guns, 288 AA anti-aircraft ammunition, over 116 ammunition of 7.62 mm of AK-47 rifle. As you can see, we have recovered 34 AK-47 rifles during the period under review. Kudos to Katsina State Police Command, the Commissioner of Police, CP Sanusi Buba, and officers and men of the Katsina State Police Command. Thanks to the Inspector General of Police, IGP Muhammad Adamu Abubakar, who made it possible for the CP because of the deployment of special equipment, units of counter-terrorism, mobile personnel operation for other, and specialized vehicles such as the APCs and newly branded police Hilux patrol vehicles. We are most grateful to the IGP and his management team and the Commissioner of Police Katsina State Command. We are going to sustain this tempo and ensure that banditry is brought to its knees in Katsina State by the special grace of Allah. Amen.
Similarly, the Bauchi State government has ordered for the immediate demolition of a 4-bedroom building discovered to install over 200 rounds of ammunition and other dangerous weapons. The ammunition was discovered in the building located in Ungwamaukata within the Bauchi metropolis, noted for its notoriety of harboring dangerous boys, popularly called Sarasuka. The ammunition and other weapons discovered in the building were evacuated by security agencies that led the opposition. The Jigawa State House of Assembly has passed into law a bill for the prohibition of violence against persons with disability. Speaker of the House Alhaji Idris Garba announced this in Wednesday's sitting. He said the passage of the bill into law followed the adoption of the report of the House Standing Committee on Judiciary chaired by the member representing Hadejia constituency, Alhaji Abubakar Jallo. Alhaji Jallo saw the law on violence against persons will be in line with Islamic and societal norms, as well as the operating justice system and procedure. The lawmaker explained that under the new law, 57 recommendations were made by the committee, which will address issues of any discrimination or violence against persons in the state. The Accountant General of the Federation, Alhaji Ahmed Idris, has charged the outgoing 2020 Batch A CAL members that served in the Treasury House to be agents of positive change in the country. Alhaji Idris addressed the CAL members in his office when they went to commend him for the conducive working environment and hospitality they were accorded during their service in the office of the Accountant General of the Federation. The charge by the Accountant General of the Federation came amidst reports of ethnic conflict in parts of the country. Alhaji Idris advised the CAL members to pray for Nigeria because of the current insecurity, social vices, and youth restiveness. He reminded the CAL members that an idle mind is the devil's workshop and advised that instead of staying idle, they should utilize the knowledge gathered during their years as students and later as CAL members to make good use of the opportunities that abound the country. Stakeholders have raised alarm over alleged disbursement of 116.97 million naira into an unnamed and non-existent office of the Chief Economic Advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari from the government coffers in the last 5 years. The lead director, Center for Social Justice, Mr. Eze Onyepere, who was reacting to a report by the International Center for Investigative Reporting on how a non-existent office of President Buhari's Chief Economic Advisor continued to get budgetary release for 5 years, raised the alarm during a radio program, Public Conscience, produced by the Progressive Impact Organization for Community Development. Mr. Oyepere equally knocked the National Assembly over the report, saying that it is unfortunate that the legislatures who are supposed to scrutinize the budget and play oversight function approved budgetary allocation for the controversial office of the Chief Economic Advisor to the President. According to him, the budget itself, when it is prepared as a proposal, it goes through the Budget Office of the Federation. There are budget defense sections. It goes up to the Federal Executive Council before it is now approved and sent to the National Assembly. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the appointment of Ahmed Abubakar Audi as the new Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. The appointment followed the retirement of the former Commandant General of the NSCDC, Abdullahi Gana Muhammadu. Audi's appointment was announced in a statement issued on Twitter by the Ministry of Interior through the Director of Press Public Relations, Mohammed Mangar. The statement said Alhaji Ahmed Audi emerged the top best candidate out of those that went through the transparent selection process initiated by the Ministry of Interior through the board to ensure that the most suitable among the top-ranking officers in the service was appointed to replace the outgoing CG. Furthermore, President Muhammadu Buhari has also nominated Halilu Nababa as the new Controller General of the Nigerian Correctional Service, subject to the confirmation of the Senate in line with the provision of the new Act establishing the Nigerian Correctional Service 2019. The Nigerian Customs Service has announced the death of its former chairman, Alhaji Abdullahi Diko Nde. A statement issued by DC spokesman Joseph Attar on Thursday night said Diko Nde's family had confirmed the agency's death. They said his funeral will be held after the conclusion of Friday prayers at the Grand National Mosque in Abuja. Similarly, Second Republic member of the House of Representatives on the platform of the People's Redemption Party from Kano State, Dr. Junaidu Salik Mohammed, is dead. A text message by his junior brother, Dr. Ahmed Salik, who was also a member of the House of Representatives on the platform of the All Nigerian People's Party between 2003 and 2009, said that Dr. Junaidu Mohammed died on Thursday evening at his residence in Kano after an illness. We'll be right back after the short commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. On business, Samira Ibrahim has more detail.
Hello, welcome to Business Desk. The federal government has said that the Nigerian economy is out of recession with 0.11% gross domestic product recorded in the last quarter of 2020. The Minister of State, Budget and Economic Planning, Mr. Clem Aga, announced this in Imo on Thursday at the commissioning of a 3.5-kilometer ring road executed by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. Mr. Aga said the progress was achieved due to the implementation of the federal government's economic sustainability plans. He said under the sustainability plans, the federal government approved 34 billion naira for the construction of 377 rural roads across the federation. He said a total of 50 billion naira was also approved for an agricultural loan under the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development intervention plans. And that's all on Business Desk today. Thanks for watching and back to the newsroom.
And on the international scene, the Minister of Defense Major General Bashiru Salihi Magashi, retired, has restated federal government commitment to strengthening bilateral and multilateral ties with friendly countries to add technical and tactical values to the current military campaigns as part of strategic measures to end banditry and terrorism in the country. General Magashi stated this when the United Arab Emirates Ambassador to Nigeria, Dr. Fahad Obeid Al-Tafaq, visited him at the Ship House headquarters of the Defense Ministry, Abuja. A statement issued by Special Assistant to the Minister of Defense, Media and Publicity, Mohammed Abdul Qadri, on Thursday said Nigeria has come a long way with the UAE in the international diplomatic arena as the dependable partner in the membership of the United Nations, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, and Organization of Islamic Conference. Still on the foreign scene, the Ugandan military says 7 soldiers have been given jail sentences by a disciplinary committee for beating up journalists outside the United Nations Human Rights Office on Wednesday. They were given sentences of between 2 to 3 months at a military detention facility. The trial of the 4 privates, a lance corporal, and 2 captains was not open to the public. Earlier, Uganda's army chief apologized for the violence that left 6 reporters injured. And that's all on the international scene. On sport, over now to Abubakar Sufyan.
Hello, I am Abu Sufyan Abubakar. Welcome to Standard Voice Television Sports Room, and as usual, I bring the sports updates. Arsenal are reportedly plotting a major summer clear-out that could see a number of top names offloaded as the club looks to slash their wage bill. A number of players have already been shown the door during Mikel Arteta's time, with Mesut Ozil perhaps the biggest names among those who have been allowed to leave. Ozil ended his stint with the Gunners during the January transfer window, ending his tumultuous spell with the club that marked the final months of his career at the North London club. Shkodran Mustafi and Socrates are other players who left the Emirates during winter, with the former sealing a switch to Bundesliga side Schalke 04. And that's all we have on sports today. Back to the newsroom.
That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. Governor Bello Matawalle says not all Fulanis are criminals. Nigerian Governors Forum agreed to cede portions of excess crude fund for military wear. Jigawa lawmakers approved their penalty for kidnappers and rapists. On business, federal government says Nigerian economy is out from recession. On the international scene, federal government opens discussion on memorandum of understanding on military with United Arab Emirates. On sports, Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta names 8 superstars who will be sold at the end of this season. That's the news on behalf of the production crew and head of news and current affairs department, Alhaji Ibrahim Garabatinel. I still remain Musa Joy Onyola, wishing you a pleasant weekend.